All right, welcome everybody. I've got some Bloomburrow collectors that really need opening. 8 collectors right here, as well as a play booster bundle. I got these at Card Exchange in northern part of Seattle, and they gave a good price on it and have really good singles and really just friendly service, and they even do tournaments and pre-releases and such as well. So shout out to them. Really great to be able to buy from them instead of all the big box places. Here is our bundle of Bloomburrow, $44.99 from them. We're gonna go ahead and open this one up just to show you the difference between, your play booster and your collector booster. The bundles tend to be overpriced, in my opinion, versus just buying a booster box or even boosters individually half the time. But you do get all of this extra stuff with the bundles. And, if you're really new to Magic, that's great. Or if you really want it for whatever reason. Otherwise, just buying individual packs or places that have the pre-release bundle available for take home is also a good option as well. So here are some play boosters. We should have 9 of them. 3, so we got 9 there. And then here are your lands that you get with the bundles. And you get the promo card as well in here. So there's that, your foil lands. And here is your non-foil lands, full arts, and some info cards. So we're gonna go ahead and stick all this over here. All right, you also get your die, which is nice, your 20-sided, which they're making them bigger now, which is not good for portability, but it is just nicer to be able to actually read them, so that's cool. Put that over here, and we'll start off with the first rare right here as the promo card. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of go back and forth on some of these packs. I will tell you, if you like the playmats underneath here, these are from consensusstudios.com, which is my AI fantasy art company that does tokens as well as playmats. You can find them on inkedgaming.com, but if you just go to consensusstudios.com, it will route you to the appropriate place. So check that out. There's a lot of hot playmats selling right now. A really nice squirrel playmat as well as an otter playmat, which is appropriate for Bloomburrow. I don't have any physical copies of those on me, so I thought I would do my favorite, which is this bear, as well as my old favorite, which is the undead dragon, excuse me. All right, so let's go ahead and check this out. Whoa, I just had a sneak peek at this by accident, so we'll just start right off with Camellia, the Seed Miser. All right, other squirrels you control have menace. Whenever you sack a food, create a 1/1 green squirrel. Very cool, it's in foil. So we got our commons right here and another rare. So our first pack, we got 2 rares. So that's nice. And we have our full art. All right. So in contrast to the 1 to sometimes 2 rares that you can get in a play, we'll open up a collector. Now these collectors, I didn't get a whole box just because they are a little pricey and I just didn't need 12. So I ended up getting just 8 collectors packs, which are, at least when I bought them, $19.99 each. So food token, and here we go right off with our alt art rares in foil. Beautiful, beautiful treatments here. Nissa as a frog, very cool. Castral, which I wanted to make a deck with Castral as the commander, so I might still do that. Here we've got a couple more. Everybody's excited about Hugs. I feel like he's not really a hugger, if you know what I'm saying. And then we move on to our uncommons. So we'll go back to a play booster here. Look at some stuff here. See what we got. Whenever you gift, draw a card. That's going to be good in limited. I got a rare. I got another rare. This one's a mythic. Very cool. Glarb. Look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play lands and cast spells with mana value 4 or greater from the top of your library. Tap to surveil. So that's nice that in 2 play boosters we got 2 rare or higher cards. So that's great. Starting off strong. I'm not sure, haven't had my ear to the ground too hard. Not sure of all the amazing pulls I could possibly get, but I know sometimes there's some good pulls, so. Very cool, all right. Very happy to have him, Warren Warleader. The Mockingbird, very cool. Plus it's a bird. Rapid Augmenter, excuse me. I'm thinking of all these animals here. I thought something must be rabid. And Wick, Rat Warlock, very nice. All right, here we go with our next pack. Nice. The only dragon in the set, Dragonhawk, Fate's Tempest. That's a mythic, very nice. Pearl of Wisdom. All right. Look at that beautiful squirrel token. Though, if you like squirrels, I do have, and I'll put them up on the screen, maybe here, some squirrel tokens available on my site in order as well. All right, Portent of Calamity, great. I wanted that card, so that's beautiful, and I love the treatment of it. Kaikar, bringing back the OG bird. Not OG, just OG if you started playing in the last decade. Starfall Invocation, I definitely wanted this card. I love it, and I love the treatment of it there. Swarmyard Massacre, very cool. And speaking of a bunch of tokens, here is Igra, Eater of All in foil. Very cool. Modern Horizons 3 kind of ticked me off because I wasn't getting very much value out of that set. Just so expensive. So it's nice to get back to a more reasonable price here. All right, Cruel Claws Heist. Very cool. Very cruel, get it? So funny. Consumed by Greed. All right, Zorleen, Cosmos Caller. Whenever a bat you control attacks, you gain a life. And when he attacks or enters, you may pay Orzhov and 2 life. When you do, return target non-land permanent with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter. You can build around that, all right. Very cool, speaking of the devil. That's upside down, strange. All right, Thundertrap Trainer. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the promo that I got as well. And here we go. Eluge, the Shoreless Sea, if I'm pronouncing that right. An elemental fish that makes my first instant and sorcery spells that I cast cost blue or colorless less rather than just the usual colorless. That's nice. You could definitely exploit that. All right. Let's open up some collector here. All right, here's a foily bat. Mabel, which is sort of the face of Bloomburrow, very cool. Squirrel Mob, which is a card that is awesome, and I like that they reprinted it here. Fabled Passage, one of my favorite cards. I think it's way underrated, just because it's basically a fetch for anything, though it comes in tapped, unfortunately. But it's just very versatile, especially in a 5-color deck. Sword of the Squeak. I don't think I've ever seen this card. 2 mana, equip 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control with base, power, or toughness 1. Whenever you equip a hamster, a mouse, a rat, or a squirrel you control, whenever one of those enters, you may attach it to that creature. Great? Nah, but definitely good. You could definitely do some naughty things with that card, that's for sure. And here we have a Raccoon Rogue. Aren't sort of all raccoons rogues, at least in the real world, right? With that mask that they have. Overprotect, 2 mana to have target creature you control get +3/+3, trample, hexproof, and indestructible till end of turn as an instant. That seems like a really good limited card and even a good card just in general. Yeah, love that. That's probably going to go in my Gargos deck. I'm going to put that in my rares. Well, it's really not, though, is it? I just really want to make sure that I set it aside. Here you go, putting counters on little guys. What do we got here? There's another Mabel. Same one, but just a different treatment. All right. Jace the Mind Sculptor as a fox. Very cool in foil. Phineas Ace Archer. I like this quite a bit, this card. Cruel Claw's Heist. I think that's the second or third one we've gotten so far. Scurry of Squirrels. I love that it's a squirrel. It's got Myriad, and it does something on damage. That's going to get pretty nuts, if no pun intended, pretty soon if you want to play with that. Here's a Raccoon Warrior Mura. I don't think I've heard of this card. Okay, you get mana for your raccoons. That's fine. All right. Heartborn Battler. 2/3, whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, it deals 2 damage to target opponent. I don't know about great. It's barely going to make it in the rare pile. I think that's one of the worst rares we have here. These cards definitely look beautiful. And look at that gorgeous fish that I can gift somebody if I want. Beautiful. All right, Gilded Goose. Love the card. I have the original, but this is a beautiful new one. Quain. Now, I have a Heliod deck, which I love. Quain is one of the big cards that people put in there. I personally don't. The reason is that this is a may. Each player may draw a card. I want to know exactly how cheaper my spells are. I don't want to have to depend on a player to make a decision. So personally, I don't use Quain. I will link up here somewhere, perhaps, right here, a link to my deck that talks all about my Heliod build. And it has changed a little since that video, but this is a card I don't like to have in there, personally. Azure Beast Binder. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful art. I just love this art. Thickest in the Thicket. Okay. It's an enchantment. It enters with X +1/+1 counters on target creature, where X is that creature's power. At the beginning of my end step, draw 2 cards if I control the creature with the power, greatest power, or tied for the greatest power. Perfect in your +1/+1 counters, green and something deck. All right, Innkeeper's Talent. Foil Fabled Passage, awesome, definitely going to use that. Ink Eyes, Servant of Oni. Wow, haven't seen that card since Kamigawa Block, which I played quite a bit of, and that was a great set. Won't really use this card any, but it is nice to have another version of it. It's quite beautiful. Coiling Rebirth. 5 mana sorcery, and gifting a card is an option. That seems like it needs to have a really good ability. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's good. If the gift was promised, and that creature isn't legendary, then you get a token copy of it, except it's 1/1. All right. I see what you're putting down. That could get nasty. Pyre Swipe Hawk, very cool. And another Phineas. All right. Crack these open, and then we're gonna do some sorting, and I'll show you some stuff when I got everything compiled here. Scrap Shooter. Okay, nice. Ledger Shredder, always fun, though I don't think I've used the one I already have. Corpse Cultivator. I've been getting, 3 or 4 packs now out of the 9 play boosters that have more than 1 rare or higher in them. So that's a pretty good return, right? All right, I got a snail, a foil snail, something you don't hear every day. All right, Chatterfang, my boy. Love the treatment on that. He looks like he's ready to put the smack down. Love it. Valley Flamecaller, Emberheart Challenger, Echoing Assault. Creature tokens you control have menace. Right there, that's good. Whenever you attack a player, choose target non-token creature that's attacking that player. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's 1/1. The token enters tapped and attacking that player. Sack it at the beginning of the next end step. I think that's good. And here's your Cruel Claws Heist again, and everything else. All right, so that's it. Let's go ahead and see what happened there. Let's tally everything up.